Hey, how's it going, everybody? Dimers here with another video on here how to show you how to increase your mobile device's storage. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy Exhibit model number SGH-T599N, and if you too own this mobile device, you will know what little memory you get with it. It's only just a little over a gig. And when it comes down to it, when we start putting on some games, because we all like entertainment, and pictures or videos or anything for that matter, we're soon going to run out of our memory. So I'm going to be showing you how to link your apps to your SD card. Basically, there's 3 applications that I have in front of me that will allow me to do that if you follow the process correctly. However, in this video I'm going to be introducing you to these 3 apps and exactly what they do to your device and how they affect your system, and I will go into detail basically everything you need to know about this. If there's any questions you guys have, even after I've given this thorough explanation of what these apps do, please ask them. I will be happy to answer them. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into Link2sd. Link2sd is an application that reformats your micro SD card to also have an ext partition. An ext partition is simply short for extended file system. You see, if you've ever went to your file manager, you will have noticed that everything saved on your device has been stored in a file. This is because all or any what is considered durable memory is stored in some type of file in order to be read on the device and ergo function properly. The ext partition is different from your standard SD in the sense that they are read differently. The standard SD is used to only store media files such as music, pictures, photos, etc. The media files are coded as an extended file system known as, not extended file system, but as a file system known as FAT32. The ext partition, however, which will be your secondary partition, supports what is called Unix file ownership, or permissions to the apps to private files. FAT32 does not support this. This will allow your device to think that the secondary partition is like the internal storage, which will be able to read the apps and function them properly on your device. Let's go ahead and talk about A-Parted now. Now this is where A-Parted comes in. Okay, so Link2sd basically is the app which is going to link it. All right, but A-Parted is different because the application A-Parted will allow you to create the secondary partition. I'll show you. Let me just. This thing's loading right now. We'll jump into A-Parted later. But just as a preliminary understanding, A-Parted is basically a partitioner on your SD card. Just reopened again. That's strange. Okay, so before doing any of these operations on your device, you're going to need to understand a little about Busybox. Now, I'm not going to explain a lot because Busybox is kind of self-explanatory. Basically, it gives you some additional Linux and Unix-based commands. This will help you launch Link2sd and create your secondary partition. Oh, damn ads. If I can get out of that. Am I still in A-Parted? That's the strangest thing. Okay, let me see if I can open Busybox. Like I said before, this is the app that you're going to need before you do any of these operations. Like I said earlier, it gives you additional Linux and Unix-based commands. Now, we're going to need those additional commands because, like I said before, the ext partition supports what is called Unix file ownership. Okay, so in order to properly launch the Link2sd, you're going to need this app already installed. Okay, I already have it installed. Make sure you have the latest Busybox version installed for that matter. Now, I do want to say a warning, okay? If you misuse any of these apps, you can potentially harm your device in some way. I have done extensive experimentation with these apps and have found some problems. One problem that was pretty bad was when my phone died and I was charging it, and when I fell asleep for a while and I woke up, I noticed all my apps that were linked to the SD were gone. But there's a solution to that. They were on my SD card still, it's just they were gone, and basically it looked like my home screen was set to factory reset. It was scary, so what I did is I made a recovery and I backed up my system. Now there's still a lot of things that are a mystery to me, but so far, since I'm back at my stock ROM, Link2sd and all the other applications are working pretty well, but on my Carbon 4.4.4 it wasn't working so well. So anyway, just word to the wise, you gotta venture at your own will in this. Be sure that you back up your system with an Android backup on Twerk or Clockwork Mod, any good recovery to avoid a catastrophe, which was the case with me. Remember, anything you do to your device is entirely by your own discretion. I'm not responsible for this. I'm just basically giving you a suggestion. Okay, so this was my little video on an explanation of the 3 apps we're going to be using in order to link our apps to our SD. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the second.